Hello, it's Erica of Erica Arts, and we're here for Sunday demo, but on Monday, because it was a waffle weekend. My nose is itchy. And of course, I've trapped myself in here with the tripod, and my water's in the other room, and my cough drops. So it should be an interesting time. So it's nice and windy out. It was sunny. I think it's just sort of overcast now here in Northeast Iowa. But we're going to make a bat so we can at least be sort of productive today. It's been a recovery day. Waffle sale on Friday, guild sale and open house Saturday and Sunday. Going back to the guild tomorrow. I brought a few things home, stuff like going in the waffle album that I still haven't put up yet. I was very lazy this morning. It was lovely. I feel like I could take another nap. But I left most of my stuff down there, and we didn't get a lot of people. And so we're leaving a lot of stuff up. We normally have an open house on Tuesday evenings. So we're going to open that up as a shop sale. Hopefully get a few more people in there. Though we are excited. We got a new member. We donated we had been donated an old loom. We managed to rehome it to a textile student from one of the local area schools, so that was good. And we sold our warping mill, which we've been trying to sell, so that was really good too. Okay, so today we're going to play with greens. And so I have this, it's called Mint. If my mint looked this color, I'd be a little worried, but this is called Mint. It's a merino top. And then I started pulling greens. Now I had some greens, where I just put that, like this lyocell that's sort of like, it's almost like the kelp color of the bamboo. I didn't like it with this. Of course it goes, it kind of goes with the shirt, right? Because this has more yellow underneath it, and I didn't like it. I want more blue under it. And because I think this has more blue in it. So we're not going this way. We're going, find the right place for that. We're going this way. Okay. It's got blue under it. And then I've got, this is very similar in color, but I still have some of that silk slub. I got Firestar. And then I got a handful of different mulberry silks. So that's what we're going to do. Nice and sort of simple. And so forth. Okay, we're just going to leave that there. I'm going to open up this. I just did a quick run over Sebastian to get any bits from the last bat I made out. Go. Okay. So let me get you tilted down. Hey, I can see comments. Hello, Barbara. It's been so long since I've been able to see comments on a demo. If you're someone who watches my WAFA demos, I'm doing one this Wednesday, but next Wednesday in November, I'm taking it on the road. I will be visiting a friend in Dubuque, who is having a mutual friend of ours from Germany visiting, and so I may do part of that. My German is very rusty. I used to live in Germany, so I don't know if I'll be able to get her on camera or not. You may get to hear her voice, but we may speak a little bit of German. As far as I know, she does not do any fiber arts. I know her as an academic. She was in the graduate program or the history program I was associated with when I had my fellowship in Germany. Okay, so I just love this color. It's called Crush. I just like that color. It's a nice sort of greeny blue teal. It contrasts nicely with this mint. Still don't think it looks like mint, but anyways. Okay, and then let's put in, let's see. I'm just going to take like a little, each layer I'm going to do a different color of the mulberry silk. So we'll do blue on this one. We're not using a lot. We're just using a little there. And then we'll put on the Firestar. And this Firestar is, if you can see it, sort of next to, so you can see it's very similar. It's a little more, this is a little more green, this is a little more blue. This is from a pack of Firestar multiple greens that I got from Jennifer at Compass Moon Creations. So. Yes, so tonight I'm hoping to ply the Bonfire Night bat that I spun this weekend. I'm trying to be good, so I'm making like two skeins of yarn a week. You know, ply each side and then stretch it across the whole one here. You know, ply each, spin each ply one, you know, one day one ply, one day the next ply, and then put them together. Oh, I forgot to put the silk slub on that, so I will do that on this next row. Sold some of my really good stuff this past waffle sale. The guacamole sold, and the macaw sold, and pastoral. I think those are really my best ones lately. I only really have one more, well, I have sort of two in person left. The one isn't really a show. One is, my guild is having a pop-up right for the holiday, but we don't tend to do we do a lot of finished stuff, you know, because people are shopping for gifts. We don't put out a lot of yarn and bats and stuff like that. But we might. We'll see. But I do want to work on making, this is that silk. So you just get these little bumps of it. I do want to work on doing some more felting. Somewhere under here, there we go, is the burnishing brush. That silk is so light it just rides to the top. Okay, so we did dark blue last. Don't have a lot of this medium. Aquamarine blue. Just a little, look at that. Oh, that looks so nice on there. Okay, so we did that, we did that. Okay, next row. So, and then I have Threads and Fiber in Des Moines on the weekend before Thanksgiving. Which is also a waffle weekend. I got a little confused. I thought usually the waffle weekend is after Thanksgiving, but because Thanksgiving is so late this year, it's actually before Thanksgiving. And I got a little confused, so I had to I don't know. I actually don't know if I'm going to be a vendor or not. It will be the decision of the vendor committee. Because I originally thought I had multiple openings that they could schedule me on, and turns out I only have Friday morning. And the preference, obviously, in WAFA is for people to be only doing WAFA that weekend, because it's a commitment. Right? So we'll see what happens. Fortunately, where I'm going has good Wi-Fi, so what I can do is, I can post from the show site, and also if someone says, "Oh, claim something from my album," I can actually see that. But still a little upset. I applied to a art festival in December, which I had done last year, and I did not get in. And let's put the other green there. Actually, turns out another fiber artist I know did not get in either. They said, they had a lot of new people apply, and if there were cancellations, they would do it in the same sort of category, but I don't know how many fiber artists they accepted. If they had a new... The problem with fiber festivals is some jurors don't find fiber arts to be artistic. They see them as crafts. Right? And so they're not really interested in having fiber art. And so we don't know if we fell afoul of that or if there's just a bunch more fiber artists that we don't know about. There aren't that many of us in Iowa, right? So I don't know what's going on. But I didn't get in there. So I was sort of kind of depending on that because there's no WAFA in December. So we'll have to see what happens. And I'm already thinking ahead to February for that new show that I'm in Tennessee. Since I'm going to be otherwise occupied in January, I will need to have prepped everything for that show before I get busy with the other things in January. So I am... Sorry, I keep itching my nose. It's itchy. And it's humid today, which is kind of gross. I mean, it's coolish, but it's still... I can feel the underlying humidity. Anyway, so I need to prep everything for that show before I leave. Firestar. One of the other things I'm looking forward to is beginning of November, usually, Dharma does a free shipping thing. And usually I've never been able to take advantage of it because that time of the year I don't really don't have a lot of money or I'm saving money for the winter. And I'm just I think I'm going to be able to take advantage of that this time. So excited about that. That means I can get pieces for the show in February, which is in the South. So I think tie-dye will do much better than it will, say, in the middle of winter in Iowa. I'm liking this. How do you think? What do you think about this, Barbara? And anyone else who's watching? So yeah, you just gotta sort of plan some things out. I'm expecting, so yeah, hopefully I'll be in the WAFA show before Thanksgiving. I'm planning on doing a Facebook Live that sort of Black Friday weekend. I'll probably do maybe Sunday or maybe Monday for Cyber Monday. I don't know which. Which will be more gift types of things. And of course, some of the gift things that I'd like to offer, like some of the tie-dye stuff that I do with the wraps and the scarves. All of the wraps and scarves that I normally stock are currently sold out on the website. And are saying, some of them were originally like late October, they'll be restocked. Now they're saying early November, late November. And so I don't know what can't get more of those things. But, sometimes I will have, so we'll do something that extended weekend. And then I will do something at the end of December that I can ship out either, depending on which day I do it, the very end of December or like January 2nd. That was a big clump. Pull that out. And that one will be more yarn and bats and my usual stuff. Because I'd like to do a Facebook Live once a month, even if it's not a WAFA one. I just reminded myself this morning because I haven't done anything about it. But, you know, ceiling fan is off. I could put Angelina in something. Also, I have coming up November 10th, I will be teaching a in-person workshop at my guild that is actually, but it's also open to the public. It is a carving workshop. So if you want to do this in person with me, send me a PM. It's in Waterloo, Iowa, in case you want to look it up on maps and see how far away it is from you. Barbara, I suspect it's too far for you to travel. And you know, we've got plenty of room. There's a grocery store right next door, so you can get lunch. And given the way the weather's looking, it's not going to be wintry at all. Might be wet. I noticed we've got, I think it's more next week. We've got a lot of rain in the forecast, which we desperately need. And I will say that there's one day that said 99%. Though most of the other days are 50%. And I'm like, yeah, 50% chance that we're probably not going to get it. Because we have been in such a bad drought. Yeah, I thought you would be amused by that, Barbara. Just pop on over. Just a couple of time zones. Hey, it'd be worse. I could invite Annette. Annette lives in New Zealand. Yeah, I'll actually be putting up probably today. If I can get my brain to work enough, I'll be putting up a post about that workshop. So if anybody has a name suggestion for this bat, please pop it in there, because as you could tell from my earlier post about the jacket, I am completely blanking on name ideas right now. I mean, the clothing is slightly easier because usually I name it after people. And in fact, the jacket, I think I've decided I'm going to call it the Stevie jacket. I mean, I love the person who wanted to call it the Jackie jacket, right? Because that's great. And I may use it in the future. But I think it was Jessie from Jessie Javette. She called it the Stevie. It's like a Stevie Nicks jacket. And I was like, that is so perfect. It's like flowy and yeah. So I think we're going to go with the Stevie. 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 I think that's how she spells her name. Okay, I think one more layer. I just have to be careful, because this is merino top. When I measure it, you know, I feel like how thick it is here. It feels really thin. I'm like, oh my God, there's hardly any on here. And then I get it off and I weigh it. It's like 3 ounces, which is large. And in fact, the largest bat I made on here, which was, oh God, I have to look it up again. It was last month's Palette of the Month, which never made it to the sale because somebody bought it like right away. It was like I'd have to look it up, but it was like 4.2 ounces. And that only reason I got 4.2 ounces on here was because it was all top. I had a nice cuddle this morning with Heloise. She was like, she slept on me last night and then she slept on my pillow. Like, she sleeps like so on the top of my head, like using my head as a backrest. And then after we got up and, you know, we both had breakfast and I settled on the couch with a cup of tea and, playing on the internet, and she curled up right next to me on all the fuzzy stuff, and she gave it a little nice kneading going on. And eventually I had a friend yesterday talking to me about maybe doing something with Teachables. I gotta figure it out. I don't know. So, I've used Teachables as a student. That's that Shopify workshop that I never complete. Okay, let's do now, because it's gonna be the last layer. I may try and put more colors, because I was doing like one color of mulberry silk on each layer. I may do more colors. In fact, I will do more colors. Because I always like to have the outside reflect what is inside. So here's the bright blue. Aquamarine. Here's that greenish color. And then the bright blue, or dark blue, sorry. I actually didn't show, well, it shows up a little bit there. Okay. So I'm just going to clear away, because I drop things. The green. I'm going to do this one. Gotta have space for my scale. And I currently have stuff in my on my fluff and fold towel. When I put together my outfit for yesterday at the guild sale, I had the dress and I had the jacket, and I was like, I have a pair of earrings that I know match this outfit perfectly. Where are those earrings? And so I pulled out all my jewelry box stuff, because I don't wear a lot of jewelry anymore, because this is what I do. I'm not teaching. I wore a lot of jewelry when I taught. And I had a lot of teaching clothes, which is sort of what I was wearing again, was teaching clothes. And so all my jewelry boxes are strewn half open on my fluff and fold towel. So, but I can just roll this up and weigh it. If anybody does have a name suggestion, just pop it in there in the comments. Obviously, we can use green. I mean, we could do Fenway. We could do... Of course, when I say Fenway, then I start thinking of Norwich. The Fenlands of Norfolk. Oh, yeah. I need my water soon. I'm feeling it. Yeah, he's still noisy. A little bit of combing there. So without the fluff and fold, there we go. Get a little bit of glare there. Okay, so let's do some rolling. Just roll it up like this. Oops, turn on the scale. If anybody wants to put any weight guesses, you got to do it right now. Tear it out. And put it in. Anybody gonna guess? Yeah, so it didn't look like it was that. I mean, it's still sort of thin, but that is 2.5 ounces. It's actually 2.495, which to me is a roundup. So it's 2.5 ounces. And then we don't know the name, but then I'll just put down, merino top. Oh my, you guys tied. I'm gonna make you both winners for showing up on a Monday. I'll go merino top, and then I write PF because it's from Paradise Fibers, and then I do bamboo, and then I write PF again because that's from Paradise Fibers, and then I write Firestar, and that's hand dyed, so that's HD, and that's CMC because that's Compass Moon Creations, and then everything's on notes. And then I have I probably used more of the mulberry silk, so the mulberry silk. And that is HD, hand dyed, frivolous U, so that's FE. And then what's the official name of this stuff? Mulberry silk comber's oil. That's really long. I'm calling it silk slub. So that's really what it is. And that is hand dyed, and that's from a little business called Blackwater Treasures. So I do everything with layers. So yeah, I will fluff and fold this and take some photos and post it up so you can see it. So we have more back content. Though tomorrow tomorrow I'm going to be kind of busy, but I have a crack in my windshield. I have to get it fixed. And I just realized I wasn't going to drive anywhere today, and I just didn't have the energy to deal with it today. So there was a tiny little crack when I bought it, and it's been fine, not changed at all. And then on Friday night into Saturday, we dropped below freezing, and I suspect, I had to scrape off. I had to go find the scrape off the windshield, and the crack grew because I'm sure some water got in there and all that. So I gotta go get that dealt with. But yeah, so tomorrow, sometime this week, I have 2 other new styles of clothing. I got the harem pants that I wore for the sale on Friday night, and I actually don't have great photos of those. Well, I sort of do. It just doesn't show the whole garment. And then I have a new skirt as well that has pockets. And actually the harem pants have a side pocket too, because you know me, I like my pockets. And those all need names. So those are going to go up this week as well. Yeah, so that's it for today. I'm just going to go sit with a cup of tea now after I clean up this area right here. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'll give you the winners some trophies in a few minutes. Okay, you all take care, and I'll see you around on Facebook.